Another day begins. From all over the country, a crack team of the finest minds arrive at their base.
Hello.
Their mission, to continue to push back the boundaries of scientific knowledge and understanding. So come on in, step inside with us. But prepare yourself for a bumpy ride as we embark on the worst excesses that are Brainiac Science Abuse.
Brainiac.
Welcome to Brainiac, the science show that's missing its two front teeth.
The big science tonight. High-impact trouser testing. A mastication contest. Joe Wiley's in for a shock. And another caravan kicks the bucket. But first...
Stop! The following experiment is dangerous. Do not try this at home. No, really, don't.
Balls of fire!
This firework contains a hefty 500 grams of gunpowder. So putting it in a microwave is a very irresponsible idea. With a magnetron beaming microwave radiation into our firework from all angles, the gunpowder gets excited and does the rest. Once ignited, gunpowder releases large amounts of carbon dioxide and heat. Other additives in the firework make for a spectacular light show. The resulting sparks and balls of fire are very dangerous, but also a visual delight. We do these experiments so you don't have to. Do not try this at home.
Balls of fire!
Trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think that I can take anymore.
Which is Britain's chewiest food?
It's lunchtime down at the lab. We've got 5 Brainiacs preparing themselves for a culinary challenge and 5 of the world's chewiest foods. But which is the chewiest? The contenders are carefully weighed out in equal measures to guarantee a true result. From Italy, fried calamari. That's the fancy name for squid. From Japan, it's mochi, extremely sticky rice cakes. England's contribution, good old Devonshire toffee. The French have put forward nougat. And from the US of A, beef jerky, a Texan treat. It's a simple test, fortunately. The food that takes longest to finish will be the chewiest.
And chew.
Chewing food into small pieces is the body's way of increasing the surface area to help digestion. Although beef jerky boy's not making much headway. These savoury strips were originally prepared by sun-drying next to a smoky fire to stop insects laying their eggs in the festering meat. Tasty. Calamari is the dense muscle fibre of the squid. If cooked too long, it can have a texture like rubber inner tubes. Cooked properly, it just tastes like them. Mochi may be an ancient Japanese treat, but it's so chewy, a dozen people die from choking on it every year. The way he's packing it in, that could soon be 13. Chewing produces saliva, not only good for zapping bacteria, but the enzymes in it also break down food. The nougat, the French cake with nuts, is going down quite quickly. It's a mixture of egg whites and corn syrup, which should simply dissolve in the mouth, apparently. The Calamari Kid and Mochi Man are going for it, and the jerky is really pushing that Brainiac's jaws into overdrive.
Finish!
It's a quick mouth check to make sure he's swallowed every last morsel, and nougat is out. Only 4 contenders left in the running to find the world's chewiest food. And there goes squid, leaving mochi, toffee and beef jerky to force down their remaining mouthfuls.
Finished.
And it's Mochi Man who comes in third, which leaves jerky fighting it out against the toffee, a traditional favourite for removing children's wobbly teeth. Licking up the last bits of jerky.
Finished.
Surprisingly, it's Beefy Boy who nibbles his way over the finish line in fourth.
That's it. The chewiest food is toffee.
Yes, it's a result for dentists everywhere. Treacle toffee, officially the world's chewiest food.
Things that make you go.
Here's one for you. What do you call a male ladybird?
Things that make you go.
Deep in the basement at Brainiac HQ, the world of celebrity has been competing in a contest conceived to answer one of science's burning questions. Which celebrity can take the biggest electric shock? And the 5th celebrity to enter the cage is top radio DJ Joe Wiley. Of course, the celebrity needs a safe phrase to shout when she can't take any more pain. For Joe, it's her favourite 80s chart smash with the word electric in the title. Next, the Brainiacs step in to make last-minute medical checks, there to make the celebrities feel safe, but to be honest, completely pointless. Jo was born in Northampton and describes herself as a party animal, though she lists her hobbies as watching Star Wars and eating pizza. She developed an interest in science after seeing an earthworm meet an untimely end in a beaker of acid. The Brainiac electric chair has 6 shock settings, from remote control soft to taser gun intense. So, how much can Jo Wiley stand? Jo may not be a shock jock, but she's used to being in the hot seat, hosting a daily live show on national radio. So no surprise she's taking level 1 in her stride. A little black number isn't everybody's first choice when it comes to getting electrocuted, but we appreciate Jo going to the effort of looking good for our contest. Jo's made it onto level 3, which is enough juice to light up a Christmas tree. But now Jo is starting to look a little less radiant.
You're so evil. No! Okay, stop now. Oh, together in electric dream, Spilokey!
She's blown her fuse. That means it's only a so-so performance from Jo as she exits on level 3. That puts her in the lower reaches of our celebrity leaderboard. Next week, we'll be shocking the nation's favourite air hostess, Jeremy Spake.
Things what my body does.
Hello, my name's Fiona, and this is the thing that my body can do.
Moving one eye like this is called adduction. It's just one of the huge range of human eye movements possible, all thanks to 6 muscles that surround each eyeball. If you've got a body that does something unusual, then write to us at info@brainiac.co.uk and we'll share it with the world, all in the name of science, of course.
What are the worst trousers to wear if you fall off your bike?
Our mission, to find out what legwear offers the least protection in an accident. So we're testing 3 very different pairs of trousers, kindly donated by our Brainiacs: polyester, denim and nylon. And I'll be throwing mannequins wearing our different trousers out of the van at 40 miles an hour to scientifically prove which are worst.
This is our control, wearing these tights stuffed with meat, because this material gives roughly the same protection as skin. So this dummy gets no protection, so we can compare the effectiveness of these 3 pairs of trousers with no trousers. Right then, dude, if you're ready.
We're converting this quarter-mile runway for our special test.
Once it's gone out, it'll be dragged behind the Brainiac van for 100 metres to assess the effect of friction. First up then, no trousers at all, it's the control, just raw flesh. Here we go. Into position.
Clearly, if you fell off your bicycle naked, it would hurt. The concrete acting like coarse-grade sandpaper and stripping meat right off the bone.
OK, let's have a look. I don't know if I want to. Whoa! Oh, that's grisly. There are bits of meat smeared all the way down the runway, and on the other side it's catastrophic chafing. So, let's test our first fabric, which is denim.
A few prime cuts to simulate body parts hitting tarmac, a pair of a Brainiac's budget jeans, and we're ready.
Stonewashed denim. It was a good look in the 1980s, but just how durable will this supposedly tough workwear turn out to be? Well, only one way to find out. He's taken a ride.
Denim has a reputation for toughness, but the rough surface rubs against the thick cotton like a cheese grater, slicing through fibres and stitching.
OK, let's have a look. Oh, that is... Yeah, I mean, that is quite unfortunate there. And on the other side, well, he's lost a butt cheek. But in general, the material seems to have held up pretty well. I think the denim's fared better than expected. Right, next.
The second pair is the smart polyester slacks.
Polyester. It's popular with conservatives and bird watchers, but apparently it's strong, it can stretch and recover, and it doesn't wrinkle. This might wrinkle it. Right.
Polyester is not a great material to be wearing at the best of times, least of all when you hit tarmac at high speed. Ouch.
He's lost his sausage.
The road causes severe friction, wearing right through the man-made fibres and stripping off the flesh.
Oh, he's lost both buttocks. Oh! So, these slacks fare a lot worse than the denim jeans. So much for polyester.
Our third and final trousers rank up there with mullets and gold sovereign rings.
Right, finally, the shell suit. Favoured trouserage, of course, of the chav. Although whether having a stripe down the side and elasticated ankles is going to help here, I don't know. Let's find out. Enjoy your trip. Bye.
Lightweight and wind-resistant, nylon is great for parachutes and boat sails, but rubbish for heavy-duty protection. It's carnage. The comfy elastic waistband and crispy outer shell can't save them now. It's all over.
OK. Well, we gave these brightly coloured fashion items a go, and they've not done well. The damage is colossal. There's meat hanging out all over the place. On the other the backs of the legs, the meat's just gone from there.
After testing 3 pairs of everyday trousers, our mannequin's legs have turned to mush. The denims were strongest. We smoked the polyester slacks, and the shell suit pants were, well, pants.
So that's another scientific question answered. If you want to ride your BMX or just go out and fall off your scooter, the worst trousers to do it in are shell suit trousers.
Will it glow or will it blow? The weekly chemistry conundrum as posed by Dr. Jon P. Kilcoyne, Principal Lecturer at the University of Sunderland. So, what chemicals does Dr. Kilcoyne have in the shed today?
Bromine, aluminium metal. Will it glow or will it blow?
The answer coming up after the break. Also to come, exact change only, it's Brainiac for a day. Can you cure the common stitch?
No excuse to stop. Keep running.
And how many birthday candles can you blow out in one go? This is Brainiac, the science show that walks straight through your house in muddy boots. Still to come, Dr. Bunhead causes more nuisance at the services.
Spit it on the table.
Top tips for the perfect pee. And a mystery guest incinerates another car. But first... Before the break, Dr. Jon P. Kilcoyne of the University of Sunderland posed the question, bromine and aluminium. Put them together and will they glow or blow? The answer, glow. Bromine has a strong tendency to bind with other elements, so when aluminium is added to it, you get a vigorous chemical reaction and a very pretty glow. Nice one, Doc.
What a great glow.
Yes, it's that time again. It's Brainiac for a Day. With your hosts, Dolly Girl and Dolly Boy. Each week, one lucky viewer gets to put on the famous yellow t-shirt and spend an explosive, thrill-packed day as a Brainiac. And this week's Brainiac wannabe is Dan Cobbold, a 31-year-old frozen pea quality controller from Stowmarket in Suffolk. Welcome to the show, Dan. Tell us what it is you're blowing up today.
A vending machine.
What? Calm down, Dan. Don't get overexcited. This is the vending machine from Dan's canteen. Working 6 days a week means he doesn't have much fun, but he does love a pack of cheese and onion. And every break time, the packet gets stuck. He wants to mangle it. But before he can blow up anything, Dan has to step through the magic Brainiac door and transform from Pea Sorter Dan into Brainiac Dan. Now it's decision time for this Brainiac trainee. Each of these envelopes contains a different explosive. Which one will Dan pick? He's gone for A. Let's see what he's got. It's mercury fulminate, the housewife's favourite. Well done, Dan. You'll get plenty of bang for your buck with that one. Uh-oh, no time to feel big and clever, because there's the siren, the signal for Dan and the presenters to retreat to a moderately safe distance. And allow our explosives expert to step in and rig the explosives. The face mask is crucial here, because breathe this stuff in and you'd be dead in seconds. And as the slightest friction is enough to set this baby off, you can see why it's essential not to panic. Oh, don't forget, it could be you joining us here on the Brainiac for a Day set. Just write to us at info@brainiac.co.uk telling us what you'd like to blow up and why. But today, it's all about Dan. And as always on Brainiac for a Day, it's safety first.
Brainiac second!
Okay, silence please, as Dan prepares to get his revenge. Kaboom! Well done! That one blew the blooming doors off. Good work, Dan. Mercury fulminate may be hard to handle, but given the chance, it can put in a really explosive performance. Generating a glass-melting heat of 2,000 degrees and a sexy, satisfying, bright orange flame. Great stuff. Hope you like your potato snacks flame-grilled.
Thanks, Brainiac, for making me a Brainiac for a day.
Yes. Now get back to Suffolk. Those peas won't pod themselves. Oh, and Dan, you owe us 34 pence for those crisps.
Okay, Brainiacs, start running. Start running.
Brainiacs and running, not two words you often hear in the same sentence. And that's because it's a well-known fact. All Brainiacs will do pretty much anything to avoid any exercise whatsoever whenever possible. And that is going to be a good thing for this next experiment, because we are going to try and find out the best way to cure a stitch.
Come on, look lively.
To reach a conclusive result, we needed the assistance of a sports science expert. But we couldn't find one, so we called Jon Tickle instead.
Knees up! So, John, let's talk stitch. What is one, and when do we get it?
Well, Richard, a stitch is just a pain in the side, and it's usually quite difficult to breathe.
Yes.
Interestingly, scientists aren't quite sure what causes the stitch, although most are agreed that it's a spasm in the ligaments between the diaphragm and the internal organs. So all that jarring and moving around when you exercise doesn't help matters.
Which is why we've got these 5 seriously unfit Brainiacs tearing around this field, then.
Yes, in order to find a cure for a stitch, we've got to cause one in the first place.
To get to the painful bit quickly, we've told each Brainiac to perform an action as they run, each one thought to be a common cause of stitch. Not breathing through the nose, working one side harder than the other, eating and drinking while you run, and finally, throwing the body off balance by running like an idiot.
Then once they've got a stitch, how are we going to tell which is the best cure?
Oh, when they get a stitch, the Brainiac will shout out, and then we'll try and cure them using a variety of techniques.
Right.
I'll time them from the moment they get the stitch to the moment they get rid of it, and the technique that gets rid of the stitch the quickest is obviously the best.
That's brilliant.
A couple of minutes of frankly pathetic jogging later, and eating while running Brainiac looks in pain.
Excellent, Brainiac. You got a stitch? Right, put your hands up in the air, and when you run around like that, plenty of deep breaths to get the oxygen in. Come on, let's run! Run! Pick those knees up! Keep going!
This cure is designed to open up your rib cage and relax the muscles. Then you can breathe more deeply, and the extra oxygen helps to get rid of built-up lactic acid. You'll look like a muppet, but does it work?
How is it? Has the stitch gone? Excellent! Right, keep running, though. Keep running. You've got more to do. Oh, there we go.
So?
Well, 31 seconds for the Brainiac with his arms above his head. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Next runner to raise his hand is running like an idiot Brainiac.
How you doing, son? Got a stitch? Excellent. What I want you to do is ball your fist up, put it on the stitch and press really, really hard.
Stitch remedy number 2. Press hard onto the muscles around the stitch and push it out. It may sound unlikely, but in science you've got to keep an open mind. Good job too, because the stitch spasms are dealt with fast.
26 seconds. Keep going though, no excuse to stop. Keep running.
Pressing hard a surprising 5 seconds faster than hands above the head. Can any of our other cures better that? How about wearing a belt around your middle? A prop-driven variation on the last cure, meant to help get your posture and breathing right, but it's not as quick as pressing hard at bringing relief. 46 seconds to stop that stitch. Next, only breathing through your nose. The thinking is that it improves the quality and rhythm of your breathing, and it does work well, but again, not as well as pressing hard.
Ooh, 33 seconds, nice, keep going!
Last runner to get a stitch is not breathing through her nose, Brainiac.
Get down on the floor, your cure's an easy one. Just breathe deeply and bring your knee up to your chest on that side. Breathe, breathe, plenty of oxygen. Finished? Excellent, that's 10 seconds, that's a great cure. See if you can get another one.
So we've now tried all our potential cures, but don't tell the Brainiacs just yet. They need the exercise.
Right, that's it, Brainiac, stop running!
So, John, to conclude this experiment, out of interest, which Brainiac got the most stitches?
Oh, that was Brainiac number 3. He was eating whilst he was running.
And which cure was the best?
Oh, by quite some distance. It was Brainiac number 1 who lay on her back and pulled her knee up to her chest.
So there you are. If you're out on a run and you get a stitch, have a little lie down. That should sort it out.
This frame contains a sheet of industrial-grade tarpaulin. Comprised of a woven fabric base coated with 30 microns of polyethylene, this material is tear-proof, waterproof and extremely hard-wearing. This Brainiac is about to run full speed towards the tarpaulin. But will he break through or bounce off? It's a bounce off! The sheet's plastic coating and fabric base was too strong and held up despite the Brainiac's considerable forward momentum. Good job he was wearing padding. Tarpaulin, something you can't run through.
I can do science, me.
It's the I Can Do Science Me Open Auditions, where you get to answer your own big science questions under the ever-enthusiastic eye of Charlotte Hudson. If you've got a question, write to us at info@brainiac.co.uk, and you too can have your moment in the science spotlight.
Yes, forwards. That's it. Name?
Fiona Ford.
Number?
101.
Fiona Ford, Kent. Dear Brainiac, every year I have to blow out an extra candle on my birthday cake. Yeah, it's called getting older, Fiona. We all do it. So I wondered, what's the maximum number of candles I can blow out in one puff? Ooh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Go on then.
This is the science you want done. We just give you the tools to do it.
Fiona Fiona claims her next birthday is her 35th. We're going to humour her. This first cake has 35 candles on it. As a very average female, Fiona's lung capacity is about 5 litres. But however hard she blows, she can't use it all. About a quarter is left behind as residual volume. 3.5 litres is enough for 35 candles, though. Almost as if she's done this before. Next, a more realistic test. Fiona's 40th birthday cake. Unless she exercises regularly or lives at altitude, when Fiona reaches 40, despite being a big girl, she'll have 10% less lung capacity than when she was 20. But 40 candles? No problem. Still got a good pair of lungs on her, for the time being. And now the big one. 210. The big 50. Plenty of limbering up for this one. Which reminds me, I need to feed the fish when I get home. Oh dear, it seems 50's a few birthdays too far for Fiona. 6 candles left. At least that's my wish come true. This experiment is over. Her name is Fiona Ford. She wanted to know how many candles she could blow out in one puff. The answer? 44. Next!
I can do science, me.
Well, only till you're 44.
Once again, Brainiac has called upon the world of show business to stump up any out-of-work movie stars for the purposes of a gratuitous explosion. Always happy to help, the A-list community have this week put forward a British actor known for his modest charm, but no stranger to extreme measures in the back of limos. It's taken us almost 9 months to book a talent as big as this. The awaiting fans won't be disappointed, but which Hollywood superstar are they about to greet? Yes, he's a real Mickey Blue Eyes. It's that ever so nice Hugh Grant. Hugh's recently been brushing up on his physics, attending evening classes at Notting Hill Technical College. He's close to mastering Fleming's left-hand rule and can't wait to learn more about electromagnetism. So, as the Brainiacs fall silent, Hugh makes his way towards the button that will blow up this car. Another underrated performance from Grant. He quite likes exploding cars, some would call it love actually, but when it comes to Ford Escorts, it's clear he's got the sense and sensibility to completely destroy them. That one's been used for weddings and a funeral, but now it's going to need a complete restoration. Movie stars exploding cars. Thanks, Huey, you did us proud. We all enjoy a night out, sharing a drink with friends and telling them all about your day. But there is a downside. If you get caught short, your only option is to use the public toilet. And for blokes, that means negotiating a minefield of what you should and shouldn't do. So, our researchers spent a week observing male toilet behaviour in order to bring you these top 5 tips on how to use the gentleman's loos. Number 1. Use the urinal furthest from the door. Public loos are cramped spaces where one small knock can be catastrophic. Opt for the urinal furthest from the door and no one will squeeze past you on their way in or out. So, no danger of you getting knocked forward into the urinal. Number 2. Don't look down. When you're in a crowded situation, always look at the ceiling or straight ahead. Don't make eye contact with your neighbours. It makes everyone feel awkward. But most important of all, don't look down. It won't win you any friends. Number 3. Your angle of peeing. Simple but essential. Never pee straight against a urinal wall. If you do, you run the risk of the dreaded splashback and an I've just wet myself appearance. Not a good look. Our research shows the best angle is from low down and side on. The shallow approach creates a smoother landing for your flow. It runs around and away without getting a drop on your jeans. Number 4. Never ever squeeze in. No matter how desperate you are, don't be tempted by that small gap. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact during peeing makes it hard to concentrate on the job in hand. Also, peeing close to fellow users makes splashback an issue again. It's a whole lot worse when it's someone else's. Number 5. Take care washing hands. You've done the hard work and got away with a socially acceptable splash-free pee. But don't lose your concentration. One aggressive tap will undo your good work in an instant. Try telling your friends that's not we. Dr. Bunhead's back on the road in his trusty old banger. So take cover, because science's biggest loser is still trying to flog his half-baked experiments to the unsuspecting public.
Hey, mate, come over here a minute. Hang on. Have a look at this. I bet you £5 I can spin this spinning top, whoops, inside that pint glass, not touching the sides of the pint glass, or the bottom, or anything at all. I just need some money because my car's broken down.
Can't you spin it on the table?
I'm going to make it float.
Yeah, that sounds impossible.
Using some of Newton's laws of forces and the like. Right. Going to get the downward force, balance the upward repulsion of the magnet, and use that spin to stabilise it. It's off, it's hovering, it's hovering, it's hovering. And look at that, it's in the glass, it's floating in the glass, it's floating in the glass. How cool is that? Look at that, woohoo! Right. Spinning in the glass, spinning. Oh, now the tricky bit, look at this. Whoa! David Blaine, eat your heart out! Isn't that... You are impressed, aren't you? I can tell, look. Up and down, sidey side, sidey side. 360. He goes for the 360. He passes it over. He goes around again. He catches it. It's still going. It's a full 360. He is a... Oh! But that was good, wasn't it? Have you got...
Yeah, we'll see you later, mate.
Oh, come on.
No.
You said you'd give me £5.
No, you're all right, mate.
Wasn't that impressive?
Can I use your van? Can I borrow your keys? Give us a lift. Oh, come on.
Stand over there for me. Right, Mr. Tickle. What can we do for you today?
Nurse, I'm bored. Can you tell me something interesting I can do with my body?
Certainly. Try this. Please lie it down on the bed.
OK.
Now close your eyes and tell me if you feel something strange.
OK.
If your legs are held up motionless for a short time, your brain will go into a relaxed mode and believe the body is lying down normally. When your legs are slowly lowered, you get the sensation they're falling through the floor.
Oh, wow, that's really strange. It felt like my feet were going through the bed. Thanks, nurse. That'll keep me going for hours.
Not at all. Goodbye, Mr. Tickle.
Goodbye.
Professor Myang Li, bringing glamour as well as brains to the world of Brainiac. The prof's been keeping busy turning household items into mush with her favourite flamethrower. But can you guess what object the prof is char-grilling this week? It's hot, sweaty work, but that won't stop Professor Myang Li. She doesn't mind getting her hands dirty in the name of science. Well done, Prof. Another lovely mess you've made. But what was this molten lump before its fate was sealed by the Prof? Find out after the break. Also to come, another household chore gets an ingenious spin. Jon Tickle sees red.
Disappointing me, you really are.
And brace yourself, it's another game of Brainiac Darts.
This is Brainiac, the science show that gets other people to do its homework.
Still to come, how much spaghetti can you snap in one go? Can changing your wardrobe change your luck? And another caravan goes up in smoke. But first, before the break, we saw Professor Myang Li let loose with her favourite toy, turning an everyday household item into this melted mess. But what was it before the prof gave it a good seeing to? Well, there you have it, a stack of resealable Tupperware boxes. Nice one, Prof. You're hot stuff. 47-second science. Big science questions answered in bite-sized chunks. This week's big question, one that has bothered pasta aficionados for hundreds of years. How many strands of spaghetti can you break with your bare hands? First, the limber up. We don't want any painful muscle tears. Then, start at the start and work your way up. One at a time, of course. Patience is key if you want an accurate result. Spaghetti means little strings in English, and every strand must be 2 millimetres thick. Thicker or thinner, it's another pasta altogether, and a different question for another day. Went into triple figures, and our Brainiac soldiers on. Now he's tearing the equivalent of 20 sheets of paper. The average person's grip exerts about 30 pounds per square inch, enough to snap a large stick. 475 spaghetti strands looks more like a big log, and Brainiac still got the grip to break that. 476, though, is a strand too far, and we have our answer. How many strands of spaghetti can you break with your bare hands? 475. 47-second science. Big science questions answered in bite-sized chunks.
I've got a note here from Alan in Dudley. It reads, "Dear John, I've got an interview and I've heard that wearing red boosts your chance of success. Is that true?"
Well, there may be something in it. Statistically, football teams in red strips are proven to win more games than teams in blue.
But are red clothes really a barometer for success? Time for an experiment.
There's no escaping it. Colour is everywhere, and the clothes that we wear send out signals that subconsciously affect the mood of people around us.
Scientists call it chromodynamics, and it's very scientific.
Black says authority, green is calming, blue depressing, and psychologists believe that above all others,
red is the one colour that leads to far more success than any other.
According to research, red clothes are bold, exciting, full of warmth, passion and energy.
A recipe for success then, Alan, but I'm not about to offer you advice without getting my hands dirty.
I'm going to spend a day doing things in my normal clothes, and then try them again in my red outfit, to see if I'm more successful. The first test is all about being noticed, and according to statistics, the best colour to be noticed in is red.
Interestingly, drivers of red cars are less likely to have an accident, presumably because they stand out in a crowd, just like me in my red outfit. And don't forget, Alan, first impressions count at interview.
So far, so good. Red gets you noticed. But experts also say that it can make you look and feel more successful.
Well, no luck in my everyday slacks. How about a rematch?
These threads should give me a competitive edge, because wearing red is actually proven to increase levels of the hormone testosterone, which in turn affects physical energy. But the way this game is shaping up, I don't believe a word of it.
Right, OK. Well, clearly, this gear isn't working. I reckon I ought to go and find another opponent to intimidate. Scoot.
Poker, a game of mental strategy, bluffs and balls. But again, I'm having no luck. Will my threatening red looks bring me success at the table? Red is the colour of strength, and psychologists say it intimidates opponents without them even realising. And it seems to be working. Right, I'm off to spend my winnings.
Man, it's packed in here. Can I have a pint of lager, please?
Would it be quicker if I was wearing my red suit? Red is the most intense colour of the spectrum, and wearing it is supposed to make you feel more confident.
Can I have a pint of lager, please?
And strangely, it seems to have worked.
Great, thanks very much. Well, that's amazing. I got served straight away. I wonder what else I can find success with now I'm wearing red.
If red really is a statement of success, I should have no bother blagging my way into this trendy nightclub.
Oh, you're just going in the club then.
It seems red can also be seen as aggressive and demanding, and arguing with this bouncer is like dangling a red rag in front of a bull.
Oh, you're disappointing me, you really are.
Red hasn't helped me get into this nightclub, but how successful was it overall? Well, I stood out in a crowd, psyched out the competition at poker, and I felt more confident in the pub. Mind you, it didn't improve my physical performance, and it's still not working on the bouncer. What's more, Alan from Dudley, if you turn up for interview in this stupid outfit, you'll never get the job.
Wednesday, 1898. I have lately continued my quest for new things to burn using a weird substance called picrate. My first attempt was a straightforward combustion. Not since Fanny caught her petticoat on the Bunsen burner have I witnessed such a pyrotechnic display. I wondered what would happen were the stuff to burn while packed tightly inside a container. After counting some 3,000 granules into a cardboard capsule, ignition was a cautious affair. Such screeching I never had heard. Brilliant! Truly was Brainiac Scientifica Abutica.
It's Monday morning, and Brainiac Mum's off to visit Uncle Tommy at Wandsworth Prison, which means Brainiac Dad's left in charge of the house. With the kids safely occupied, Brainiac Dad heads to the kitchen to see what household chores Mum wants done. Polish the shoes. Shouldn't be a problem for you, Brainiac Dad. There are the shoes, in quite a mess. And there's the polish. But what's this? The brush is all worn out. You know what this calls for? Some appliance abuse. Of course. The vacuum cleaner, the car polisher you didn't want for Christmas, and the electric carving knife. No need to wash your dirty shoes when an electric knife slices through mud like butter. And Mum can clear up that mess later. Now apply the polish. And the good news is that polisher will buff the car in 20 minutes flat. So a pair of shoes shouldn't take long. You want a super shiny finish? Then use the rotating brush on your upright cleaner. It'll shine those shoes in a jiffy. And there you have it, a pair of freshly polished shoes ready to wear to school. You'd never know the difference. Well done, Dad. Just wait till Mum gets home. She will be pleased.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's play darts!
Yes, welcome back to another glorious day here at Wellingborough for the latest leg of Brainiac Darts. He's left his crown and his candelabra at home, but world-class Bobby George is still the king of darts. And the crowd can't wait to see him go head-to-head with the brainless Brainiac.
It's Bobby to throw first. Game on!
So here we go again. As all fans of Brainiac Darts know, the international rulebook has been ripped up
108!
so that each week a different explosive can destroy a caravan. Today we're using Anfur, a chemical blend of oil and ammonium nitrate. That's garden fertilizer. The caravan is wired by a pressure-sensitive fuse to double top on our regulation dartboard. When hit, sparks up the fuse, which races down the hockey and to the caravan, setting off a spectacular explosion. Let's rejoin the action.
Bobby, you require 103.
Bobby can check out in 3. It's all gone very quiet. Well, I say quiet, except for the rustle of a bag of pork scratchings. Brainiac chowing down, doing his best to put his opponent off. But nothing phases the maestro. He wants treble 20, 3 and double top. I don't believe it! He's throwing underarm! The treble 20's in! Fat 3 now! Oh yes! There it is! Double top required for the match.
Yes!
Easy peasy! Straight away, double top is lit up like a sparkler. Only a matter of seconds before the burning fuse reaches the caravan. It's the moment the crowd have been waiting for, because when this thing goes up, bits of caravan will fly everywhere. Anfur is a mix of oil and ammonium nitrate. On their own, they're safe as houses, but mix them together and they become a highly explosive chemical compound. Just look at Brainiac's bone scratchings flying hither and thither. With 5 victories, Bobby George has won the battle, but with 4 more games and 4 more caravans, Brainiac could still win the war. Bobby George 5, Brainiac and caravans 0.